Late in January 2023, JD Bunkus, on his own podcast on Toronto's Sportsnet 590 The Fan Radio, claimed that the then iteration of the Toronto Raptors had been done, and they had not been a very good basketball team. The regular season, the Raptors had been blowing leads, including that month. I'm not really sure. He claimed that there had been a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves during which the Raptors had blown a lead. Just going to pause for a moment here. Yeah, so on his podcast, first to a game that was played on the 19th of January of 2023 Eastern Time, the Raptors, at halftime, had put up a 76 to 66 lead, was slightly cut into in the third quarter, and then Timberwolves went on a run in the fourth quarter, having outscored the Raptors 27-17. The Raptors that season would go on to finish ninth in their conference, and thus get the opportunity to compete in the so-called play-in tournament, and that the Raptors were going to have to win 2 straight games to qualify for a playoff spot. The Raptors would not end up even doing that, and I would like to thank Selke Sr, then a co-host of City TV Toronto's Rex TV, for having mentioned that the Raptors. Very episode starts with how that season had gone for the Raptors. Winnipeg Jets are not the same hockey team as they were last season, as shown. And it's not surprising the Jets Hub YouTube man, in his latest reaction video, claimed that the time had come for the Jets to fire their longtime GM, Cheveldayoff, nicknamed Chevy. I went through various NHL records by longest-serving GMs by number of seasons, and Chevy is number 5. That's just a remarkable achievement in terms of numbers of season. But what's he achieved since then? What's he achieved over that time, Dad? 1 conference final appearance, just one as many, 2 playoff series wins since then, and a Jets team that seems further away from postseason play than it appears to have ever been. I'll see what happens, but the future does not look promising, and it'll be interesting to find out how whether the Jets end up staying in southern Manitoba or end up ultimately moving.